says on page 41, and I quote, "On the journey to your destiny, there are three types of people with whom you will interact. Each person you encounter in this life will to some extent fall into one of these three categories or positions: fathers, peers, and sons." So obviously, it goes on to explain how these three categories will enrich your life. What fathers do, what mentees or those who are juniors to you do, and what your peers do. Since we will do a lot about, since the book is about mainly the juniors and the seniors, or the sons and fathers, I wanted us to talk a little bit about your friends. What do friends do to you? Because we definitely will find out what the sons and fathers do to you, but the peers, what's the position, what is the role of peers in your life?
So peers are people that you relate, I would say, on the same level, where you have most of them you have same interest, or you're on the same journey. So you operate on the same level. I would say that it's more of encouragement to me. People, let's take an example. If you go to the gym and you all carry the same weight, that kind of person is your peer. So what the peers do is to encourage you. You know, let's do 10 reps today. Let's do 11 reps today. So you have, when your peers, you have the same vision or focus. It's more of an encouragement to me. Yeah.
So this is more of what the Bible says, that the birds of the, no, that's not the Bible, but it's a proverb that a lot of people say, that birds of the same feathers flock together. But also the Bible says, "Do not be deceived. God cannot be mocked." That bad company will corrupt character. So I guess peers also have a lot to do with shaping our character, being there for us. Sometimes your father will not be there for you in some sort of situations, and your sons or your juniors or your mentees cannot be there for you in those kind of situations. Yet your peers are the only ones who are going to fit there in that particular way than the rest of the groups.
There's something the author mentions,
Mm.
that these are relationships that will help you in the future, and I agree. I've seen it in my life. In my young age, the teachers used to say, "You guys will be the next ministers. You'll be the next doctors," but it's always amazing when you go to a certain company and you find someone who used to be your peer or your friend or your classmate is the leader or is the boss, is there. So if you have kept a good relationship at that level of peers, uh, then it's easy to relate with that person, even though they are now ahead of you, or if there are people who are coming to you as those who need service from you. Yeah.
That's true. That's true. So, anyways, he talks about the different levels that the person has to go through to become a son. He talks about the four stages. Of course, people who will be reading the book will find much more about that, but I wanted us to just go through a little bit through them and give people a kind of taste to what those levels are. Yeah.
So he talks about 4 stages. One of them is what he called the public, or where people interact with the fathers on a public, in a crowd way, if I may call it. So these are relationships that you have in your life that don't cost you anything, or you relate on a camera, or so
They just consume your products, but
yeah,
you're not really you do not have a personal sort of connection.
yeah.
Yeah.
And he goes on to say, then the next stage, these are people who just don't want to consume, but they want to be partners. Um, and then so they want to help you to produce more of what you are producing out there. So and I think this is one of the hardest to come from that. Anyway, talking out of my own experience, to come out of the crowd to
Become a partner.
become a partner, even in the business world, to come in someone's business and say, I want to help, I want to invest my time, I want to invest my money in your business. It requires trust. So I think on this father-son relationship, if you manage to get on that level, I think it's a big milestone that you have gone through. So from there you go to what we call mentees,
which is a level that a lot of people will get to and stop from there.
Yeah, but and yeah, I know most of the time you ask the questions, but I'll ask you, why do you think that's the level that? Do you think the mentees get satisfied with what they are getting?
I'll tell you, I actually think that it's because a lot of people are not familiar with this concept of sonship. Look at how many times you had heard of mentors and mentees and mentorship before you got this book and understood another level of mentorship that is called sonship. So I think because of the expectations that are set at this level of mentorship, a lot of people get to it and they think that they have already got there. So they don't know that there is an extra step that they could take to get something else.
Yeah, but of course the fathers who are watching this video will tell us, but I think also the fathers sometimes, because if you take on someone as a son, which is the fourth stage, that means there are some responsibilities that you have to acknowledge. If you go in the African content or in the normal world content, if someone is your son, then that means you have to leave them with the legacy, with an inheritance. And so taking on you can't take everyone in the crowd or on the partner level and choose to make them your sons. That means you be a wealthy man, not with financial wealth, but also with mental wealth, to be able to live with each and every son something that they can survive on.
Yeah.